Hello to you all and welcome back to the coverage of the World Para Ice Hockey Championships 2019. Here we are in the Ostrava arena as you come inside to see, well, the teams being announced to the venue. It's the first game in Group A. It is Korea versus Norway. Alongside myself, Alan March, I'm delighted to have former Canadian netminder, the one and only Paul Rosen. How you doing, Paul?
I'm doing great.
I think the tournament got off to the start it wanted. A tough game, a bit of a battle in the opening periods. We saw Italy come out victors 4-0 over Sweden. Do we expect this first game in Group A to be like that, kind of one-sided but a tough battle to start? Or do we think these two are a little bit more evenly matched?
I think they're more evenly matched. Now, Norway was a great team for many, many years. They battled through the 2000s from Torino, the Olympics, to Vancouver. They've fallen off a little, but they have some young players that you're going to have to watch. They still have Rolf Einar Pedersen, who's one of the best in the world, was the best in the world when I played. The Korean team have come a long way. They've medaled. They know what it's like to medal now. I think they're hungry, and I think they're here for a bronze for sure, maybe even for a silver.
2004 gold medal winners indeed, Norway. 4 times they've been second place in the World Championships, but they've got no World Championship medals since 2009's silver medal. So a decade without one, that will be their determination. That will be their end game here in the Czech Republic. The teams starting to take to the ice. Lee Jae-woong and Yu Man-hyun, the 2 goalies for Korea. You saw on your screen just a moment ago, and the Norwegians start to make their way out as well. We would expect Johan Grønli to start in net. The inexperienced Erik Haugen, despite the fact he was born in 1961, is here as the backup goalie. But 23-year-old from Oslo, Grønli. And there is Lena Schroeder, making the record books in both World and Paralympic events as the first female to take part. Schroeder, very distinctive, the hair plaited out of the back of the helmet.
Yes.
Koreans lining up on the blue line. The Norwegians at the moment huddled around the crease.
This is a big start for the Norwegians. They need to come out very, very strong. They have the talent to beat the Koreans. It's just the last few tournaments, they've started off on a wrong foot.
Referee for this one, Kevin Vebinger from Canada. Another Canadian in Matt Fergenbaum, and Tony Rundström of Sweden. That's the linesman just joining us on the right side of your picture as the captains go across. There's Solberg for Norway, Captain Jang Jong-ho for the Korean side. A controversial moment in Pyeongchang led to the bronze medal going the Koreans' way, but you could turn that the other way, Paul, and say you've got to be in it to win it, and they were certainly in it, and with players like Jung Seung Hwan, possibly the quickest player in the game at the moment, they were worthy winners of that bronze, never mind the circumstances of the final goal.
Yeah, you know what, they're an aggressive team. They like to play high tempo, they like to hit. They've really come a long way. They play with a lot of speed, and you're not going to be able to, they're not going to fall asleep, let's put it that way. They're coming for the full 45 minutes. They're not stopping at all. Whether they win or not, that's another story, but they're going 45 hard.
Head coach for the Korean side, Park Hyun-wook. There we see him overseeing potentially a 3rd straight major event medal. They were bronze medal winners, of course, in Korea for the World Championships, the test event for the Paralympic Games. They were bronze medalists in those games. Can they come away from home ice and pick up a 3rd medal? That's the interesting question. You've just seen Espen Hedge, who is the very much the head coach of the Norwegian team. There you can see Lee Jae-woong, the younger of the 2 netminders for Korea. He will start in net as the face-off is won by the Koreans, and they will start their challenge for a World Championship medal right now. That one's drilled diagonally across the ice. Only for Norway's Rolf Einar Pedersen, and you were talking about the experience and quality that Pedersen already has.
Yeah, he was for many, many years one of, if not the best defensemen to play the game. Had some vicious battles with him over the years.
A 9-time, yep, I haven't said that wrong, he's a 9-time Paralympian.
Yeah, that's hard to put into words.
How do you put that into context? 3 times as a sledge racer. It's no longer a sport, of course, in the Winter Games. Twice, including a medal win as an alpine skier, and then 5 trips as a para ice hockey player as well. What a wonderful athlete and an ambassador for parasport he has been. Good sprint.
The referee called that icing off. That really hung the Norwegians up there.
Well, we talked about the speed of Jung Seung-hwan at the beginning of this, and I said he's written down as one of the quickest, if not the quickest, in the game. And you saw just a glimpse, a brief glimpse. Look at it here. Gets across to his man very, very swiftly indeed.
Yeah, they work on their aerobic work quite a bit in Korea, and they don't stop. They'll just keep coming at you, coming at you, coming at you.
It's trapped on the boards this near side before the Norwegians try and come away with it. Just lofted towards, and you know what? We've had one incident of, so we say, dodgy keeping so far, and this time the goalie was on his guard. Well done.
Just missed it. He was very lucky. Yeah, very lucky there.
Lee Jae-woong hadn't gone to sleep. It was good.
First goal will be extremely important in this game, Alan.
Nordstoga. The backwards pass. And then just dropped in for a chase. And, well, nobody's going to get there, so...
Yeah, that's an icing. And, you know, you were talking about the female for the Norwegian team. That never happened in a long, long time. You know, you have the women's game now with the Canada and U.S. are quite dominant in the female game. Probably a lot of different views on having a woman play in the game for Norway. I'm for it, though.
And so are the powers that be, and that is why Lena Schroeder is able to take part. Spending her time in the sub area at the moment. The team is that, switching over quite repeatedly as the game wears on now. Fed into a dangerous area, but again, nobody's getting in the house this time. The door well and truly locked. Varnas chasing, only to see the puck fly past him. And again, this is very neat from the Koreans. That's just out of the reach and allows Pedersen to do what he's been doing for many years and tidy up and get them going again.
And that was a set played by the Norwegians where Pedersen would fire it in. He'd be about a foot in front of the red line, fire it in. Questionable whether you're going to get an icing. Some linesmen will let it go. The winger on the offside, Varnes, would fly in, pick up the puck, and have a great opportunity. But the linesman called it icing there, negating it.
Jung Seung-hwan will be a pivotal part of this. He's in the mix with this mess.
That's when the puck is stuck underneath a player. You have to be very careful because the ends of those sticks are laser cut. And I'm telling you from experience, they hurt when they cut your skin, Alan.
I'll steer away from that then.
Yes.
Jung is the man it comes to. Oh, he was looking for the top corner.
Just missed the far side there.
That is a fantastic effort And the Korea number 14. And if that had nestled into the back of the net, Paul, we wouldn't have been struggling for a goal of the day.
No, that might have been it.
Lasered towards the left-hand side of the net. And I'll tell you now, Grönli was happy to see that one fly by. And look how quick he is again, racing over there. Twice trying to get past his man, unable to, but the Koreans keep possession. Another one hooked in, and Grönli, well, we've had just about 4.5 minutes here, Paul, and I think Grönli knows he's in for one hell of an afternoon.
Yeah, that was, you know, you talk about the first game that we had, and here we go. It was just a quick shot. I don't think he thought it was coming, but talk about a little bit of difference in speed and puck movement than game one.
Yeah, if you joined us for game one, don't adjust your TVs or your laptops. We've not fast forwarded this. This is just much quicker, isn't it?
Yes.
And that is the reason we split these teams into a Group A and to a Group B. Let's make these sides, they're more equal on A and they're more equal on B, and we should be giving you much tighter and closer contests. Norway are not trailing yet. I say yet because it's not for want of trying from the Koreans, but the Koreans have got to be careful not to leave themselves a little bit open at the back.
Absolutely, and that's the biggest danger. When you're all over one team, you make one little mistake and they come in and boom, you're down a goal. And the Norwegians are still a very, very solid country.
And shots are being fired in. If you don't end up taking one of them, you're always in danger of your opposition creating a chance. As you say, the Norwegians have got their own variations on tactics.
The one thing I like about the Koreans and what they do a lot is they'll bring the puck back into their own zone to set up. That's hard for a lot of teams to come back and set up, but it's the smartest thing to do. If you don't have something, bring it back and set it up. Norwegians thrown out of the face-off circle there.
Varnes going in.
Oh!
A strike! And that's exactly just hit the nail on the head of what we were saying. The Koreans have come out all guns blazing, but it's a rocket from deep that opens us up.
Oh, absolutely. That was an absolute beauty. No chance for the goaltender, and that is what's great about this game, para ice hockey. You can score over the goalie's head and put in the top corner a rifle shot by 22. What an absolute beauty. Great win back by Barnes. Comes in and just lets it rip under the bar.
Bakker with a bullet. Beats the keeper. Oh, all ends up.
You could say Bakker hit the back of the net.
Certainly did. Alden Bakker opens the scoring, and it's not the reigning world and Paralympic bronze medalists that have the goal. It is a barnstormer from Bakker. Wonderfully hit. And you have to say, nothing Lee Jae-woong did wrong.
No, you can't stop that one. That's just a beauty under the bar.
He might have to see the replay to even know what happened.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Good hit on the far side from Pedersen, and the older statesman is leading by example. Look at this, just neatly steps in and takes the puck once again down this near side. And the Norwegians, well, the tails will be wagging here. Neat ball through, scramble it away.
Pedersen got lucky there. He's not getting the penalty for knocking the net off when the Norwegians were in trouble. There's an interference call, and I think it's going to Korea.
Number 27 for Korea, that's Cho Byung-seok.
And that was not a smart move because the Korean at the point had the puck. He was bringing it in. There was no reason for 27 to knock the goalie and interfere with him on goalie interference. They could have easily made a nice little play down low. And now they could be in trouble because the Norwegians put a power play goal in here, and they've got a good power play. Korea's in trouble.
So 27 goes into the penalty box. It'll be 2 minutes when we return to action in just a matter of moments. just said to Paul off air, this is game on. That's exactly what this game needed. In theory, in essence, the underdog of the two teams has taken the lead.
With an absolute beautiful goal, not a cheap goal.
It's a worldie. That's the incident a moment ago that led to the stoppage and the subsequent penalty as well.
Goalie interference.
And now, Norwegians, oh, that's a poor pass.
Very bad.
I know he's going from one wing to another, but they should have the accuracy to be able to deliver that without trying to threaten an offside. But the Norwegians trying to make the most of their extra man advantage here. One extra player on the ice. It's a little soft pass from Solberg, and it won't reach its intended target. That's clever work.
Beautiful.
Lofting the puck against the glass and down the ice just to relieve the pressure, if it's only for a matter of moments or not.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play off the glass and out. When in doubt, get it out.
That's lovely play. That should be offside. And a chance to break. Big opportunity for Korea. But that extra body has helped the Norwegians out. That's some good work by Solberg. Varnes can't quite find the right pass.
And this is something you wouldn't see for a long time with Norway, having Rolf Einar Pettersson not on the ice for a power play.
Maybe at 1-0, they felt it was worthwhile resting whilst they had the advantage. Shovel pass. Change the directions. This is nice from Norway. There's some neat stuff happening, and the Koreans have got to get to grips with this early. Now look left, and another inaccurate pass goes astray, and that's a huge hole that Varnes is moving into. Morten Varnes couldn't make the most of it. That's the end of the penalty, so Norway don't make the most of that, and immediately chasing after it goes Cho.
They waved the icing off of that one.
Getting back towards his own net is Choi Kwan-hyuk.
Pettersson out now after the power play.
And there is the only female taking part. That is Lena Schroeder. Again, that distinctive long hair spilling out of the back of the helmet. Just over 6 minutes remaining in the first period. There goes the referee's whistle again.
Yeah, I played this game a long time with a lot of bald guys, but never with somebody with that amount of hair. Norway has to be happy with the start of this game.
Oh, delirious even. A goal from, in ice hockey terms, a long way out. It's given them this advantage. Rivera in the mix. Here is Schneider. Lena not quite finding another red, white and blue jersey that belongs to Norway. The opposite, red, white and blue, had the chance. Lovely little back pass.
Very smart play.
Oh, that one really is in the air, and the idea was to try and find 77 on the far side, which is Onaka.
Yeah, that would have been a great play. Would have been gone down the wing. Good effort by Rolf Pettersson. A lot of communication in this game too. That's a lot. Big difference from game one with Sweden and Italy.
Yeah, you felt like you were in a library at times. This has certainly stepped it up a little bit. Not exactly saying it's carnival atmosphere.
And that will get tougher and tougher as the tournament goes on.
Chance here for Korea.
Great move. And that's going to be an interference call or a hold. What's he going to call here? He's going to call the hold. And Korea will have their opportunity on a power play here to tie it up.
Kim Young-sung it was that was breaking away a couple of moments ago, and
here it is here. Coming down, real nice move at the end, and then he just got clipped.
Just taking him off balance enough so he couldn't get the shot away, but it has led to a penalty for Norway. Martin Hamre is in the box. 2 minutes. So can Korea make the most of their advantage now?
Oh!
Yes, they can! Fired in. We've had 2 scorchers. We're melting the ice with shots in this one.
That was a great play because he used the screen of the Norwegian defenseman in front of the goalie, and he just let an absolute howitzer go. Here it is here. 27 picks it up. I want to see that one more time. I think the goalie's going to want that back. Little bit of a screen, but that's a tough one.
He'd be hoping to get the blocker to that, wouldn't he, from Cho's shot? I think the arms go up a little bit slowly.
Yeah, that's one he's going to want back. A supreme top goalie in this game is going to make that stop, but it was a nice shot.
Well, we've been treated to 2 belters here in the opening game of Group A. What on earth are we in store for the rest? We've still got 4 minutes of this first period to go. Well, we said that the new format would offer us interesting games, and it hasn't disappointed so far. The Italians have had to work hard. Yes, it was 4-0, but they won't have found it easy here. 2 thunderbolts have given us a 1-1 score. That's a loose one across and might offer the Norwegians a chance to come away.
And we know that Group A is only going to get tougher with Canada and the United States tonight.
Absolutely. If we whet your appetite with the opening 1 game and 1 period of the second, then just contain yourself. Might have to nip out and get some more popcorn for the rest of the day. There's still, of course, Japan versus the Czech Republic to go as Varnes tries to push it down the board. Morton will lose out. And he was all alone there. He didn't realise, I don't think, that there was a big changeover behind him, and now a chance to break on this near side, and it's the speed once again, and it flies into the far corner.
He'd have been smarter just slipping that puck off to his winger that was coming down much faster than him. You got to be a little unselfish there and move the puck over.
Young Chung Hwan, though, would suggest maybe some of the best players in the world do have that selfish streak, and that was what he was looking for. It's the second time he's flashed one by the far side. And here he is again. Round the net he'll come. Can he create something for the Koreans to lead? Oh, that was through a crowd. Wasn't much that Gronli would have been able to do about that if he had taken a deflection. He was already committed. That's brilliant. That is absolutely superb. It's played in near post. It's played in on the short side. And there is just the most delicate of flicks from number 28, Lee Jong-kyung, and it's underneath Gronli before he even knows it's there.
That's an absolute beautiful goal. It is just such a difficult thing to do, to be an incredible deflector or a tipper, and this was just a beautiful play. Picks it up on the boards here, drop back, nice little play in front, and the most delicate, like you said, Alan, little deflection, little tip of the stick underneath the Norwegian goalie, and just an absolute beauty. That was just a precision of that. Nice little perfect, not too much, not too little, just a perfect amount of delicacy.
Well, we've been treated already here in this opening period to 3 good goals.
Very good goals.
Exceptional, in fact. Good standard indeed. That's right across. Norway coming straight back here. The experience number 3. Oh, it doesn't trickle in. Where is it?
Couldn't find that at all there, and that's a tough one when it's under his sled.
A little fight for the puck. Pedersen it was that fed it in just to the edge of the crease. This one's pulled back, nobody there, and they'll have to start all over again, but they won't mind. Pedersen will be the man to help with the regroup. Behind his own net, and right around the boards it goes, and that's worked. Or attempted flick from Solberg. Doesn't come off, but on this near side now, Werner, 37-year-old from Trondheim in Norway. And that clearance doesn't go anywhere near where it wanted to. That's a wonderful pass. Absolutely dissected the opposition, but whistle goes. And we'll be back in just a moment. Face-off in the neutral zone, get us back underway. Just over a minute, 1:01 in fact remaining in this first period.
Well, Solberg there just got a little ahead of the play and was offside. Nice little pass though by Rolf Einar Pedersen.
Waldstoga on the ice now for Norway as well. Cut back from John.
Nice pass.
This is a real big chance, and a chance that's not taken. Excellent, excellent goalie work, and I'm sure Paul Rosen will have a thing or two to say about that at half-time at the end of the period, so we're at the 30-second mark for that. Is there one more chance for Norway as the puck gets a bit of a roll on? It's played infield, but nothing will happen for Norway on this occasion, and with less than 10 seconds to go, Korea will see out this first period. The first period then that is going to end 2-1 in Korea's favour. Paul Rosen, just before we come to that bit of goal work a few moments ago, Norway sort of stunned Korea in the opening stages. An absolute howler of a goal right into the roof of the net from distance.
Yeah, you know what? They came out with a smart game plan. They were trying to go for that little bit of a long pass, cut the speed of the Koreans down, and they had the opportunity, and that was just an absolute beautiful goal to take a 1-0 lead. Fell off a little there as the Koreans scored the 2 goals. First one was a beautiful shot, second one an incredible deflection. But the big play of the period, in my opinion, is the stop that the Norwegian goalie made at the end there, because if that goes in, it's 3-1 with a couple of seconds left in the period, and you have the opportunity to set things up.
Well, it's a goal from Bakker that opened us up here in Group A. 5 minutes were on the clock as Norway got themselves in front with a beauty here, Paul.
And here's the goal here, just comes in and just lets it go. Blocker side is the hardest side for a goalie to stop, and that was an absolute beauty. You cannot fault the goalie for that one.
Here comes the equalizer then.
This one maybe you can. I think he'll want that back. Has to have his blocker set a little higher, a little stronger, then he can come up and get a piece of it. Just made it more difficult on himself, but it was a nice shot, let me tell you that.
Show it was that got us back to one apiece, and then this wonderful bit of skill from Lee Jong-kyung. He's seen the shot coming in, and he's just maneuvered his right hand to be able to just change the course of the direction, and you see the deflation on Gronli's face. Some good work towards the end of the period from the Norwegian goalkeeper as well.
Yeah, you know what, he made that stop with seconds left in the period. That was critical, because that was a stop that easy makes it 3-1, and you're in trouble there. And he just squirted the puck, fell down, caught it on his pad. That's when you need your goalie to come up huge. And he comes up huge. We may look at this game in an hour and say Norway wins it 3-2. That was a critical part of the game, because 3-1 would have been much tougher. So big stop for the Norwegian goalie. A lot to look forward to in the second period for them. As for Korea, keep that speed up, keep those shots on goal. What a great first period.
50% is the numbers that matter here. 4 shots on goal and 2 have gone in for Korea. It's exactly the same for Norway. 2 shots on goal and 1 has gone in. Which of these two sides will up their accuracy? Who will take the first victory in Group A? Join us in a couple of minutes when we're back for the second period of our opening Group A game.
Pozor, požární poplach. Opusťte prostory unikovými východy. Uwaga, uwaga, alarm pożarny. Prosimy o natychmiastowe opuszczenie areału sportowego do ścian z ewakuacją dymu. Achtung bitte, Feueralarm. Pozor, požární poplach. Opusťte prostory unikovými východy. Uwaga, uwaga, alarm pożarny. Prosimy o natychmiastowe...
Well, welcome back to the coverage of the World Para Ice Hockey Championships 2019. The Ostrava Arena in the second game of the day has been treated to some brilliance. Baka, Cho and Lee, two quite similar goals. One technically brilliant from Lee to score quite close to the crease, just changing the angle of the shot that was coming in. And, well, Cho providing Lee after scoring the opener, and it means that Korea lead Norway 2-1. We are indeed in Ostrava, the Czech Republic, For those of you that like your geography, we are just 15 kilometers from the Polish border. It's the third largest city in Czechia. Czechia is the new name for the country if you're not using the Czech Republic. It was voted in 2016. You speak to the locals, not a great deal of them use Czechia, but that is the official title. Ostrava Arena holding its second ever World Championships, as well you know.
Yes, played in the first one, but this you just gave me some history. I had no clue. The 3 goals in the first period were all very solid goals, and that first one we talked about as it was an absolute incredible shot, very, very hard shot. You're going to see some shots in the U.S.-Canada game that will make that one look a little soft. A guy like Billy Bridges and Greg Westlake for the Canadian team, Brody Roybal, a guy like that has an absolute cannon of a shot on the American team, and yeah, the shots are heavy and hard in this game. Wait till tonight's game.
I was going to say, you've had a message from Billy Bridges to say that, you know what, I've seen these 2 goals, I'm going to give you something more. Well, you know, challenge accepted, and you can do that. That would be great, not only for the teams themselves, but for the spectators at home in the arena, and for myself and Paul Rosen alongside me, who wouldn't have been so happy about the second goal we saw here in this game. You felt that the stick glove could have been a little bit higher.
Yeah, he should have had his blocker up on a little bit of an angle, and he would have had a better chance to stop that. It was still a good shot, but he's got to stop that. And yeah, we talked about Billy Bridges for a second. His shot, my dentist was not very happy with Billy a number of years back. One of his bullet shots hit me and took a few of my teeth out. So for all the goalies that have had to face his shot, they know what I'm talking about.
We're talking about the second period of this first Group A game. And the first chance for Norway, another coming in, and what a big collision. The number 9 has just clattered into the goalie. Neither seems to be too upset by it.
No, that was a great play by Barnes, and I think the Korean goalie played that up a little. He wasn't hurt at all.
Jonas coming in hard on Lee Jae-woong, but they were not seeing or showing any after effects from that. Chance for Norway now with Oyseth going from deep.
The speed of the Koreans is something you're going to have to. It's going to be tough for the Norwegians to pull away. There are a lot of speed on this Korean team.
At the moment, the quickest of the lot, Kyung, isn't even on the ice. Around the back of the net it goes. Far side. This is Choi Siwoo. Some snow on that one as it comes back down. Clattered into the boards near side.
Yeah, that one sounded nice.
No need for an additional microphone there. It was Martin Hamre who has served the only penalty for Norway in this game. He's just had his back up against the wall, quite literally. An icing called.
Yeah, that's an icing call that those to me are 50-50. The player could speed up just a touch. He gives it like he's going, but he doesn't. And you saw there the puck come off the backboards, and Barnes definitely did hit the goalie a touch harder than maybe I thought at the beginning.
Saw one of the goalkeeper's teammates coming across just to maybe say a few words. This is Hamre getting it away and over the blue line for Norway. Start again, say the Koreans. Choi. Nicely glides past one and another down the left wing. Lovely little puck drop, but doesn't find the intended target.
Smart play, though. That's a nice leave off.
Again, Choi finds himself with a chance down the left side, but he's blocked off immediately. Oyseth working hard now. This is Onakre.
Referee got in the way of the puck there. Nobody likes that.
Them's the breaks. Here is the speedster, Jung Hyung Hwan. Motoring down the centre ice, and he's going to try and get the outside of this. Look how quick he is.
You know, one thing you'll notice about him, when he's coming down that fast, he'll try to put his one hand, his inside hand, into the defender to swing around him. It's a tricky play. Sometimes it gets called, but if it works, it's beautiful.
A couple of changes to the line as we have now reached 12 minutes. Oh, from deep! And that one has bobbled in. It might not be pretty, but it's two apiece. Who cares what it looks like?
And this is what we talked about at the end of the first. That incredible stop by the Norwegian goalie with seconds left to give them a 2-1 instead of a 3-1 lead. And now, oh, that is just...
Well, we had the backer bomber from earlier. That's the backer bobbler.
I like that. That is very nice. That is just a little bit of a wobble puck, and the goalie just miffed on that one. That was an easy little turn with his stick or his blocker. He pushed at it and missed it, and that's a heartbreaker because now that 3-1 goal that didn't go in because of a great save by the Norwegian goalie is just tied it up with a poor play by the Korean goalie.
Well,
2-2.
Norway have gone from could have been 1-3 to being 2-2. And that one bounces over the outstretched stick of Lee Jae-hoon. Unorthodox, maybe. A goal, definitely. Norway with the chance to try and maybe regain the lead. That's just pushed away by Lee Jae-hoon.
Keep doing it. Keep throwing the puck at him.
I wouldn't say that Korea are rattled, but certainly Norway have perhaps showed more than a few people were giving them credit for. Let's not forget that Norway didn't finish inside the medal positions, didn't play for the bronze medal match in Pyeongchang, and they have been very impressive. Although that's a real deep one for Pedersen, who avoids having it stolen from him. Oh, and can't find the pass out to the left wing for Oyseth. And the chance goes, but Pedersen will chase that back.
And the one thing about Pedersen, and yes, he did it much better years ago, but he still can take that puck from one hand to the other, left, right, left. It's so hard to defend.
Soda can't control as it goes past it. And Rivera now back on the ice as well, and all the chase is on though. The young speedster nips it past one. Oh, he can't get it past two, but there's an open net here. Oh, he's missed it. Fired wide, there's carnage all over the place.
That's what you call old-time hockey. As the goalie came out to make the stop, the Korean player bumps him just a touch. Here we go. Well, he pushes it ahead, sneaks by. The goalie doesn't quite have it. He's fair game, and Pedersen takes him and rides him into the corner. Here it is, nice play.
Excellent work from Jung Seong Hwan. It was like the aftermath of a house party, bodies everywhere, but the puck not in the net, and that's the good thing for Norway.
Absolutely, and the parents weren't home to yell at them. Great play. Aggressive, like we said about 14, but if you can get away with it.
These two evenly matched, 2 apiece. 10 remaining in the second period. It'd be hard from here, Paul, to try and say who you fancy to win this. Right at the beginning, we were saying that, yeah, Korea will take this. I think Norway have showed, not just us, I think anybody watching here, that Norway have got some real talent. And not only that, they're twinning it with a heck of a lot of fight. But here come Korea again.
Yeah, we still have a lot of time left
Great
in this
turn.
game. But you got to like the way they're playing.
Oh.
Well, the goalie's coming way out.
Way out of his crease, and Lee Jae-woong had to do something sensible with it. Big hit from Strauder, getting stuck in on the ice. Rivera competing hard as well.
Got to get off here.
Couple of changes for either side.
Wow, that's a snowshoe icing.
Exactly 9 minutes to go in this second period. And if you didn't join in the first period, you're missing a great game. It was 2-1 at the end of the first period. 3 very good goals. A bobbler from Bakker has leveled us all up.
You saw there how the two sleds got intertwined and players couldn't move. They needed the ref's hand to get them untangled.
Diagonal across the ice it goes, but nobody in particular as 97. Choi Si-woo goes chasing. Hit from Rivera.
Nice defensive play there.
Trying to hold them at bay here, but that's good. That's intricate. That's a chance and a goal. Well, that is super, super work. And I said him a moment ago, Choi Si-woo chasing out to the right wing. They never lost possession from that moment, it has to be said. Worked it right around the boards. And what a wonderful piece of intricacy to get him the chance, and a great finish as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a nice pass. Good work on the boards here. On the half board, slides it over. Nice play, right hand, left hand. Again there, I think that's one the goaltender's gonna want back. Look how he sets it up here. Throws it up to the middle, right hand, left hand. He tipped over too fast.
Would you be critical there? That's right down the middle.
Yeah, that one has to be stopped. He's gonna be upset about 2 of those. Not getting the blocker up and tipping over too fast.
If you're Gronley there, you stay still. You take that in the gut.
Absolutely. He tried to make it look a little nicer. It was a great play off the boards by the Koreans and a nice play, right hand, left hand, but a weak goal.
Choi Si-woo, Korea 3, Norway 2. Chasing again, Lloyd Tolberg. Oh, now the Koreans moving this very neatly and just getting a clip and tumbling down. But it was another chance for Hyung. His speed really does pose issues, doesn't it? Doesn't matter which side you are, that anybody that quick on a side is going to give you problems. He might not have been on the score sheet so far, but he's causing problems.
And that's why the Koreans have come up as fast as they have, because they have speed. And they say speed kills, and in a game like this, it does. You're being battered and battered and battered, and they never stop. And Norway has to calm this one down, because if Korea scores again, we're going to have some trouble. 4-2 might be the end.
Experienced Pedersen in control. Oh, takes a bit of a knock and stares down his opponent.
That was a good hit. That was a nice little hit.
Chance for Norway. Oh, just played in behind. Solberg wanted that on his right hand and didn't get it. And now they have to do some work up the other end. Pedersen will do that. Hamre helping him, and this is a good chance for Norway down the left wing.
Keep that pressure on.
Solberg trying to do just that. Orakre also in the mix, and Vranes trying to provide some help, and again, not afraid to just throw it in the air and get it out.
Wow. That's a Rolf Einer Pedersen special there, where it looks like he's pushing as hard as he can, but he's not pushing at all. And he convinced the linesman there to call the icing. Wow. That's a tough one to swallow.
6:44 on the clock here in the second period. Norway trail 2-3 against Korea, the Paralympic and world bronze medalists. are 3-2 to the good. Panas trying to wrestle back possession. He's done just that. He needs some help in the centre though. Or can Varnes go alone? Squared. Oh, and just behind him, it's now stuck under his sled and poked away to the blue line. Shot from deep maybe. That might offer a break, you know. Korea with a big opportunity here. Anything across the ice will do, and it's good defending in the end from Norway. Oh, that's a big one.
Good pressure by Korea in the offensive zone. Hit him now.
Right side, and that is a huge moment. Oh, trying ever so much to just play that in behind him. And the attempt at a drop back really nowhere near its intended target. Again, just going through a scrappy bit of play at the moment. .5:33 on the clock. Track that's playing is absolutely flawless. I wouldn't say that either team will consider that the game has been flawless for them, but it's certainly not scoreless either. 3-2 in the favour of the Paralympic and World bronze medal winners. Oh, they were lucky to get away with that, and it might lead to a good chance off the outside of the post.
They're getting a penalty there for holding, and that was what you call a good penalty, Alan, because the far side was open, and if the Norwegian didn't hold them, I think it would have been in. So that's a smart play, smart call. A lot of the fans in the crowd that are cheering for Norway aren't happy.
Martin Hamre going into the box for the second time.
You don't want to let the Koreans get away with a 2-goal lead now. It's going to get tough.
Immediately, the referee's shrill of the whistle. 5:18 on the clock.
Ref's putting up that it was and trying to figure out what's going on here. The ref put 2 fingers up. It's a 2-minute penalty. I guess it went down to 1:58, and you don't want to take 2 seconds off for them.
Oyseth wins the face-off as it's flung forward.
Critical to a good penalty kill is winning that draw, and that was a nice win.
Really have been looking good against a full contingent of Norwegians. How will they fare being a body to the good? Chance on this right wing, maybe? Oh,
yeah, very
completely misread each other there.
Yeah, very fancy with their cycle down low. Smart play.
Yep.
Staga, he's been around a long time.
No messing. Norstaga just getting it away from the danger area and
Oh, that is a tricky, you just play that with your stick. Don't tip over and play that with your glove. That's when it sneaks underneath you.
Free goalkeeper lessons.
Absolutely.
From Paul Rosen.
Yeah, I'll give not an issue. Don't do that. Don't tip over.
And it didn't cost the team this time around, so I'll hope that is how it remains. And here he comes again. Kyung, speedster on the left. Nice little drop back, doesn't come off for the career this time around. And that Kyung was trying to work it around the back of the net and find an open angle from elsewhere. And that's the last of Young for a little while as he leaves, and we're down to 20 seconds. And they've done really well here, Norway, at holding Korea at bay during this penalty.
I'm impressed with the speed of the Koreans, but I'm impressed also by the smarts of the Norwegians, forcing that speed to the outside. And when you force speed to the outside, you're not going to let a goal go in. They want to get that speed cut into the inside to make it tougher.
It isn't always effective going away from the goal, is it?
A little bit of a ruckus going on the boards there.
It's seen out the penalty for Norway as well, so they're back to full strength. In fact, Hamre it is that's chasing on the far side. This is Jong-ho. Oh, an opportunity
nice
here.
Nice play.
Big opportunity, good save. Well, you might, Paul, say that he's perhaps caused some of his own downfall, Grönli. He's done his team a favour on more than one occasion now.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. He's made a couple of just absolutely incredible stops, but he's let a couple in that he might want back.
Back to the action we go then. Grönli, hero and villain at times, it would appear, for the Norwegians. Can one of his teammates rescue him with a third in this game? We're not saying that the goals that he has conceded are all absolutely unstoppable. But there's perhaps a question, and there's a question here. If he can get it across to Young, he can't. And again, the smarts, as you would say, Paul, from the Norwegians, just holding the sled right alongside his man and unable to get the pass across. Good work.
Very smart play. Toss that one into the corner, see what happens.
Airmail. That's great defending. Absolutely brilliant. Not only stopping his opponent, but coming away with it as well. And maybe, just maybe, starting a tag. Oh, it's just behind. And Solberg just couldn't collect it on the move.
Yeah, that's a tough one. When you have to reach back like that, it's not that easy.
They could gifted another chance, though. There's work to do, and that's wide and not that handsome either.
No, he didn't have much on that one.
Again, Norway working hard to try and create something.
Glove pass. You can't take the puck and push it ahead with your glove. In the defensive zone, it comes back.
1:24 here in the second. Korea 3, Norway 2 here in the 2019 World Para Ice Hockey Championships, live from Ostrava here in the Czech Republic. Into the neutral zone we go then. Into the final minute and a half of this second period we go. And We're in a similar scenario that we were in at the end of the first period. Korea lead, but only by 1, and not by the want of trying for Norway, who clatter into the boards there. That was Solberg again.
Yeah, Solberg was a little upset. He wanted an interference penalty there.
Great work, absolutely super work from Norway to get across the blue line before he got that puck. And a chance for Norway late. Down low to the left on the short side of the keeper. But it's the save. And he just has to be mindful of that one, swinging its way in. Oh, that's neat. If he can find the pass, that's a matter of inches. And I tell you what, that's a huge moment. Chance for Norway late. It's just got a little bit further than they would have wanted it to. Oyseth.
Back, he's looking for the hat trick.
At the moment, he's pinned in against the board. Oh.
That was a real good hit.
Well, Pedersen made sure. If Nordstoga didn't.
Yeah, Rolfiner with a forearm chiver there.
Just something that's sent long. Good forecheck from the Norwegians.
And the Norwegians are getting a little bee in their bonnet there. Pedersen comes flying in and he just throws a hammer shot.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was Choi Si-woo, the goal scorer of the third one, just getting stuck in at the end.
And the Koreans getting a penalty there for unsportsmanlike conduct as he came in and bumped Pedersen. Pedersen normally doesn't do the smart thing, but he did the smart thing by just skating away from him. And the Norwegians are going to start the third with a power play, Alan.
Well, handbags towards the end of the second. Well, not even towards the end. The buzzer had gone. And, well, the officials have got a little bit of work to do here to clarify what went on at the end. My line of sight gave me penalty for 97. Yeah, indeed. He hasn't moved yet. He's still inside with the rest of his teammates, and he's not looking like he's intent on moving anywhere anytime soon. The officials are going to have to come and get him. But yeah, at the end of the second, the Koreans will now know they're going to come out a body down. That's the situation then. A goal apiece in the second period. Korea lead by 3-2. Lee with the assist. Choi, it was with the finish. It was a very neat goal. Baka, as we said, it bobbled its way in the end. It actually bounced over the stick of the goalie. But you take what is on offer. Here's the opening goal of the second period, Paul.
Yeah, and again, it's one that the Korean goalie is going to want back 100%. He tried to be a little too fancy. Just get your stick down. You don't have to reach out with your hand like that. Let the Norwegians back in, and then this was one again that no need to tip over. Stay high, stay square. It's going to hit you right in the stomach, right in the belly. A couple of real nice goals in the game, and a couple that the goalies might want to look back at and get a little tighter maybe for the next game or the third period.
Well, 100% shot ratio for the Norwegians. That single shot going in from Baka, but they offered a little bit less, didn't they, in that second period, and it allowed the Koreans to really start to try and push. But equally, saying that, only 25% for their ratio for shots on goals. Just the one from the 4 attempts, both sides having a penalty in that period. It is Korea 3, Norway 2 as we head towards the third period. We'll be back with you just before that.
Uvidíte reálné příběhy reálných lidí, ale i vtípky, které si ze sebe sami dělají. Takže rodiče, vemte své děti, děti vemte své rodiče a vyražte na parádní výlet do velkého světa techniky v Dolních Vítkovicích. No a zakončit to můžete třeba kávou na Montauru.
Díky nám je tichá, díky vám zábavná. Díky nám je prostorná a díky vám pohodlná. Nám vděčí za technologie a vám za svůj šarm. Udělali jsme ji hybridní, ale vy ji děláte jedinečnou. Nová všestranná Toyota Corolla. Nyní u prodejců Toyota.
Zatímco vy si žijete svůj život, Allianz vás chrání a nabízí vám teď ještě snadnější výběr pojištění hluku. Můžete si vybrat základní balíček, více ochrany, anebo nabitý balíček pro váš maximální klid. Více se dozvíte na webu nebo v našich pobočkách. Allianz, žijte si.
Už jste navštívili naši fanzónu a vyfotili se tam například s parasaněmi, anebo si vyzkoušeli třeba handbike nebo s rukostřelkou a přitom se vyfotili. Pokud ano, sdílejte své fotky na Facebooku, Instagramu a Twitteru a třeba se uvidíte na naší obrazovce. Jediná podmínka dát k tomu příspěvku hashtag Para Ostrava 2019 a my budeme vědět, že tu fotku sdílíte s námi a zobrazíme ji moc rádi tady na naší multimediální kostce Ostrava Trénink. Takže sdílejte s námi vaše fotky pomocí hashtagu Para Ostrava 2019. Share your photos with us. Please use hashtag Para Ostrava 2019. Thank you very much. No, my jsme tady měli soutěž, hazovali jsme florbalové míčky, opět do hlediště, hazovali jsme 2 míčky, takže tady budeme mít 2 borce, tak jednoho muže, jednu ženu, co tady dívám, už mají helmu na hlava, kteří si vyzkouší naše parasaně přímo na ledě. My jim dáme soutěž, kdo dojede nejdál. Jako není to vůbec jednoduché, je to hodně náročné, takže mají se na co těšit. Samozřejmě máme pro ně připravené speciální parahole, tedy s těmi bodci na konci. Tak, ještě posuneme kousíček dál z té hrany, tak ať si to tady může doufízet. Tak, super. Vše pomalu připraveno, upínáme do saní. Na ledě máme i naše Samsony, naše maskoty, tak. Jo, a už jsme se rozjeli a už jsme na zemi. No není to nic jednoduchého. Co tady? Tak to zkusíme tedy od modré. Já slečna už nám ujíždí a nevíte docela, jdete na ní, už to zvládá sama. Dobrá stabilita, to bude asi nějaká baletka nebo gymnastka. Není to velmi dobře dokázala se otočit, tak hlavní borec bude mít hodně složitou práci. Takže 3, 2, 1, start. No a pozor, haha, my jsme ho podcenili, koukejte na něj a je, povolník, dál, spadnu. Klidně zpátky, ještě si pojezdíte, no paráda, překvapili jste nás. My jsme byli zkoušeli třeba v rámci extraligových zápasů, tak všichni nám podali jako hrušky. Ale vy to zvládáte skvěle, no teď už nám to taky jakože trošku nejde, ale samozřejmě máme pro vás dárky. Úplně obdivujeme vaši odvahu, vládce do těch snění. A ještě tady vykazujete, že vám to jde, tak ty dárky jsou pro oba dva stejné. Sice jsme soutěžili, ale rozhodli jsme vás ocenit úplně stejně. Tak, paráda, ještě si chvíličku můžete zajezdit, ale za chvíličku budeme muset zhledu, protože nás čeká co? Čeká nás třetí třetina, duo mezi Korejskou republikou a Norskem. Sledujeme druhý zápas prvního hracího dne světového šampionátu parahokej tady v Ostravě. No a my si připomeneme ještě, jaké zápasy nás budou čekat dnes. Jsou tu ještě 2 duely, 15 hodin. A já už jsem tady viděl spoustu dresů. Jsou tady čeští fanoušci. Takže 15 hodin Česká republika Japonsko. 18 hodin nás čeká slavnostní zahájení celého šampionátu. A v 18:30 myslím si, že nemáte proč odcházet dolů po duelu Čechů, protože bude to stát za to. Uvidíme ten nejlepší parahokej. Kanada versus Spojené státy. Zůstaňte tady s námi až do večera a nejenom dnes, ale i v těch dalších dnech světového šampionátu. Parahokej, děkujeme vám. Zkusíme si, jak jste připraveni na třetí třetinu a na zápas České republiky proti Japonsku. Jste tady?
Welcome back inside the Ostrava arena. Myself, Alan Martin, alongside me, Paul Rosen. We're not saying it's a bad performance. What we're saying is a couple of those goals might have been savable.
Yeah, the Norwegian, it's like two stories. The good stories, he's made a couple of just tremendous stops. The bad part is 2 of those 3 goals he has to stop. So he just has to tighten up a little in the 3rd period. They're still in this game, 3-2. It's been a real good game, a lot of solid action. They also start the 3rd period on the power play as there was a penalty taken right at the end of the game, so they've got a full 2 minutes.
If you are wanting to make a comment on the Facebook page, please do so. It's nice to read the views. A lovely message from Patrick Bailey saying great coverage, and it's obviously good for the game. You've played this, you've been to the top of where top can be in this game. How good is the coverage now as we've moved forward in years?
Oh, it's unbelievable, Alan. Where it was when I started playing in 2000 to where it is now and where it was in the games in Korea and where it's going in the future, you know that with the IPC, it's unbelievable. It is, it's world class is what it is. Back then it was played as disabled sport. Now it's just world class sport. And I feel the message from Tommy Robles, that one of the greatest Norwegian players of all time. Respect him a lot. We had some good battles, but when the game was over, it was over. He's won a lot in his career.
Well, you talk about world-class sport. We've had some fantastic goals in this one, enough to make Billy Bridges say he wants to go better than that. We'll wait and see for later on if that happens.
I'm really looking forward to the game tonight. I'm sure the Czech game is going to be great. The crowd will be going absolutely crazy.
And what an appetizer as well on the opening day, Canada versus the USA. That's a great way to start any tournament, and I'm sure the spectators that side of the world will be ready for it and wanting to watch it in their numbers. Spectators for this one from all around the globe as well. Plenty of people back home in the United Kingdom for me watching it, and I'm sure that the fan base that is that belongs to Paul Rosen are watching in as well. Do let us know where you are watching from. Again, use the Facebook stream to leave your messages, and we'll take a look at where people are watching from. Norway are having to start from centre ice once again, but as they feed that into the neutral zone, they need a goal badly, and as early as possible, you would say here, Paul. And we've already played nearly a minute of this 3rd period.
Yeah, I think they just want to settle it down here, get it into the zone, which it is now, and then just settle it down. Don't make a silly pass. Get it back to the point. There you go. That's a great play. Beautiful play here. Morten Varnes throws it in the corner.
Norway desperately trying to move that forward again, and that's good defensive work from the Koreans.
That one had to stay in the zone by Norstaga. He's been playing this game a long time. That just lost them 20 seconds.
Average age of the Norwegian roster, 31. The Koreans giving away 4 years in that statistic. But, certainly in para sports, as the man alongside me will testify to, age is genuinely just a number. If you're good enough, you're in the team. We've got players from 18 all the way up to 62, I believe the oldest player in the tournament is.
Yes, the backup goalie for Japan.
Yeah, absolutely. So certainly quality has been offered. Oh, and this young man, fires it straight at Gromley. Well, that's a huge opportunity to really strike home an advantage for Korea, and they don't take it. The officials getting stuck in the middle of it as well.
And we got a little bit of trouble going on in the crease there.
There was a needle at the end of the second period. That needle hasn't disappeared.
No, it hasn't. And 14, who is an aggressive player, let's say, plays on the edge. He was maybe a little upset that the goalie caught it and froze it, and he gave him a little bit of a jab before the whistle sounded, and we don't like that in the goalie fraternity when we get that jab at the end of the whistle. That's when Mr. Blocker comes out.
33-year-old Jung Seung-hwan, noticeable for the speed of which he brings to the ice. 12:40 remaining. once again, if you're watching this via the World Para Ice Hockey Facebook page, don't forget to leave us any comments that you want to make. Let us know where in the world you are watching it from. Maybe give us your predictions for this final period, because I tell you what, myself and Paul can't quite figure out if Norway have got much more to give or if Korea will take this one eventually comfortably. We'll figure it out.
And ask us some questions too. I was fortunate to play 10 years for Canada and 3 Olympic Games, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have.
By us, he means him.
Yeah, okay.
That one squirts away. And that's a chance here. Pedersen takes a big hit. The master of the game trying to invite the chase from Onekre, but on that occasion, no good. And there certainly is no love loss here in this third period. Pedersen bashing into the side of Choi Si-woo, whose goal at the moment is the difference maker.
That was a nice rub off there.
Here he is again in front of the net. That's too much space, but it's good keeping once more.
Another really, really big stop at a critical time.
It's a little bit lethargic. That's a long way out.
He was too far out of the blue there, and he almost missed that.
Well, Gronley, you don't often see goalies lobbed, but he was almost, and that's the best way of describing it, he was almost lofted over him.
Well, there was a player on Norway back in the day, Eskil Hagen, number 7, who that was his most famous shot.
Simon Gill watching it from Sheffield, home of the Steelers. Norway, they've got to find some steel, they've got to find a goal. And that one whistles past the face mask of the Korean goalie, only to provide another chance for Korea. Will it? No. Down on his back goes Choi Si-woo. Tell you what, there's 10-40 odd seconds left here, Paul. This is going to fly by if it carries on at this pace.
Yeah, this has been the quickest period so far of the 6 that have been played today. Nice pass.
Lovely from right to left, doesn't quite stick in the possession, but just moving his man out of the way. Solberg's done brilliantly. Varnes with an opportunity. Does he square it? He does. Oh, he said that's miles wide. That one was nearly back at my hotel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Norway keep the pressure on though, and this is what they've got to do for the entirety of the 10 minutes that's remaining. We're flying through this third period.
And that was an excellent play by Rolf Einar Pedersen, knowing there's no way he could put the puck in from that angle, but forcing his way, here he goes, forcing his way into the net area and forcing the Korean to take a T-bone penalty, catching him in the side. And that's the smarts of a guy like Rolf Pedersen, and I think the Norwegians are calling a timeout, which is a great call by the Norwegian coach. Now we can get them with 9:58 left to put together a plan for a power play goal to tie the game up.
Lee Jong-kyung goes into the penalty box, 2 minutes here, and this is exactly the reason for the timeout. Tactically, this is where Espen Hedge needs to earn his money, doesn't he, as the coach. He needs to get those players together and say, right, 2 minutes, we're a man up, we need to get back level, and this is a vital opportunity to do that.
Absolutely. They have a set, you know, the team has changed a little, but they have a set play. There's a lot of talent on this team, and I think what they're going to want to do is isolate the pass to Pedersen. He still is the best player on Norway and still one of the better players in the world, and he's what we call, back in the day, very few guys could take the puck and go right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. He can still do that. And speaking as a goaltender, had a lot of trouble with him, is he would take the puck with his right hand, and just as I thought he was going to shoot, drop his shoulder, slip it to his left hand, and boom, it would be a cannon. You have to prepare for the right, but you can't forget about the left.
Nordstoga, Oseth, Varnes, Bakker, and Solberg. That's the 5 that are on the ice at the start of this power play. We've got people watching from Australia, from Japan, and a small place called Barnsley. back home for me.
The one thing I do not get here is Pedersen is not the most dangerous. Norwegian is not on the ice.
Chance here for Varnes. Oh, deflected wide. Orseth chasing. Man on the blue line waiting on the left wing. It's neat. Comes back out to Varnes. They keep it inside the blue line. And they are desperately trying to maneuver the Koreans around, but as you would say, they are defending.
Nice puck movement.
Into the body and well held by Lee Jae-rung, the 23-year-old. Impairment of cerebral palsy. But Lee Jae-rung is certainly making a name for himself. He's still fairly young as goalkeepers go, really, isn't he?
He absolutely is. Considering I started at 40.
You're an enigma.
I don't understand why Pedersen is not. I know I keep saying it, but I don't get why he is not on the ice.
Tactically, this is what they've gone for. It's squeezed out of the face-off. Can he keep it inside the blue line? That's excellent work. Had to stretch, but really did what he could, Nordstager. Varnes on this near side again. Squeezed into the boards. Good work. And away, and that's all that the Koreans can do. The bad thing for them is that there's still a minute left. And that's the only time in that first 60 seconds that they got past their own blue line. Here come Norway again.
They allowed the Norwegians to move the puck around nice, but never really got a good shot on net.
Will this be the chance? Oyseth battling with Jung Seung-hwan, who's spinning around, has no idea where the puck is, and that's excellent in terms of getting it away and, well, just holding on to it, Grönli, as we have 20 seconds of the power play remaining. 8:19 in the third period. Korea 3, Norway 2.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about the older players. That's where the old goaltender for the Norwegians, I know some of them are watching now, Roger Johansson, he would have played that puck. He wouldn't have froze it. He would have taken it, moved it up on a transition so the Norwegians could get going again. Some of the great older players, Helge Bjornstad, real quality players.
Well, we said, where are people watching from? Emil Vatne, who's actually in the roster for the Norwegians, is watching from a hospital in Ostrava. So get well soon, Emil.
Yeah, there's when you talk about the Norwegians, the Canadians, and the Americans, you're talking about some guys that were the pioneers of this game. You know, guys in Canada like Harvey Lord and, you know, Jean Labonte, Todd Nicholson. The Americans like Chris Mans and just Joe Howard. Incredible, incredible players that put the work into this game to allow these kids to have the incredible lifestyle they have.
That is the end of the power play. Well, if the Norwegians didn't want to do it the easy way, they're going to have to do it the hard way. And at the moment, some hard work being put in, chasing back, but offside call. 7:50 to go then. The work rate from both sides is very, very impressive, it has to be said.
Yeah, for a first game in a tournament, which is usually not the greatest effort, the team is putting out quite a bit of effort. And the ref is saying that the linesman made the call, but they're gonna play it at center, which is a smart play. Wasn't 100% sure of the call, put it at center. Everybody's happy.
To expand on Emil Vatne and why he's in hospital, he's damaged his muscles and broken an arm in training here on Thursday, so that's not a good start to your tournament, which 19-year-old would have been his third major tournament. He's going to be forced to watch the rest of it, and his teammates, will his teammates rescue a draw? This is good play from Korea, right across.
Hard luck, just missed the corner there.
Choi Si-woo, not for the first time, involved in a rather hefty collision. And look at this, they'll just try and buy themselves a little bit of time. Pedersen takes the hit. A chance to come down this near side once again. Schroeder getting involved. Now she needs an option though.
Yeah. Ref's telling her to move it.
Well, she hasn't pinned it against the board. Oh, that's a little bit loose. And Choi Si-woo on the far side, he was waiting for that hit coming in from Rivera. The first time those two have clashed on the ice this afternoon. 6:40 remaining in the period. 3-2 in Korea's favor. Cross ice pass, oh, nearly tipped into the path of Choi. But it's Pedersen that comes away with it. Good move forward, a nice take as well on the move. Oh.
They're starting to throw the body around now.
Onekri, it was who took a bit of a hit. He wants to come off. He nearly got hit by the puck as he was doing so. And Pedersen again starts to build on that left wing is Oyseth. He can't control. Around the back of the net. Part of what Korea will do now is to try and kill some of the time as well. They won't be rushing to get forward. They will go,
yeah,
but they won't be starting each and every wave of attack at optimum speed.
Yeah, they just don't want to make a mistake now.
Lovely little drop back, and it may just lead to a chance here. Wide of the...
Nice play. Barnes had a little more time there, but nice play.
Looking at the short side of the Korean goal, didn't work. Oyseth getting involved again down in the corner. Solberg. Oyseth will come away with this because the other two Koreans have concentrated on the wrong man. Chance for Pedersen, no, it's pushed away from him.
Just got stuck under his sled there.
The real wrong moment. Here comes Young again. They'll need to be quick. Young has gone past one. Oh, what a hit that is. Good save from Gronley as well. No foul's been called here. Nothing from any of the officials. Pedersen gets across now.
There's some anger between these two teams now.
Don't think these guys will be sharing a beer in the bar later.
No, they definitely won't.
From deep, pushed away, stick save.
Not a smart play there. A lot of action going on now, Alan.
Indeed. Lee on the far side, 28, trying to move it forward a moment ago. That's gone as far back as Cho Young-jae, the 34-year-old. And Young just switches with Cho, and Cho is making great strides down this left wing. Behind the net, he's into the pad! And he's just managed to make a save. That would have been so unlucky.
Yeah, that was an actual great play by the Korean. Busting down the side, forcing, here he comes, forcing the Norwegian to take him, but he keeps going on the outside, and he sees he's got nowhere to go, so he flips it, hits the post and the Norwegian goalie's arm, and it's just sitting there. Here's a better angle.
You watch, this is actually, the Norwegians are saved by the metal of the post.
Absolutely.
It hits the back of the legs of Gronley, and by the time he stretches out, that's hit the post and come back out. We're back with you in a minute. Message for you then, Paul. Simon Berry says, do you remember me from Team GB back in 2006? Played you guys first, let's not mention the score. You were an absolute brick wall in the pipes.
I do remember him, very nice guy, and I see him on Facebook Live all the time doing some cool things at the bar and playing some pool and that. A real nice guy.
As we said, if you've got to leave any comments, please do so. Myself and Paul Rosen here to answer, well, mainly Paul, to answer any questions throughout. 3:55 on the clock then. This one has been great to watch as a neutral. I'm sure the Norwegians will be itching to find another score in the latter stages of this one. 3:40 on the clock.
you're going to have to start thinking about when it's time to pull the goalie. I know a lot of coaches differ on this. Some thing with 3 minutes, some 2, some 1. I was never a big fan of pulling them any more after a minute 30. You still, minute 30 is more than enough time. You pull it at 2, there's still the opportunity to put the puck in.
Well, we've got Wham playing inside the arena. What they need is another Wham Bam thank you man from a distance is what the Norwegians want. They've managed it. Oh, it's off the top of the bar.
Wow, that was a good try.
I don't know if that was ambitious or ridiculous. I can't quite figure it out.
I think a little of both.
3:28, and that was as close as they could possibly have wanted without actually going in from the Norwegians. And I said from afar, and at the moment I finished that sentence, they went for it. Solberg, can he take it under? No, he can't. Great defensive work and then just hoisted forward once more. Good work from Kim Young-sung. And again, Norway with an extra number here. Now they're really in a good position. They've got to get onside. They have done.
Nice play.
This is a chance. Oh, that's high and wide. A little carnage.
Well, that could have been a hold on
Pedersen
Pedersen.
is managing to keep a hold of the puck here and lay it off. Pull back. Can they keep it inside the blue line? No, not on this occasion. But now they have to fight to keep it in possession altogether. The goalie has gone. 2:28 on the clock. The goalie has gone here. Pedersen, round the back of the net it goes. Hold on to your hats, folks. If you're inside, put one on, then hold on to it. Down this right wing, Nordstoger. Oh, lovely.
Nice
Lovely off the boards. Will it lead to anything? Bakker trying to make room to put it forward. That's a great bit of play from Oystedt to prevent that from happening. Bakker, he just lofts it forward.
Got to get on him with some forecheck.
Hamre chasing. He spent some penalty time in this game. Oh, it's poor.
Bad play.
Pedersen now. Can they make this
Nice
extra
play.
man work? No,
Oh.
shot is blocked straight away, but easily picked up by Bakker. Can he make some space for another big shot from
Nice
distance?
play down
from
low.
Pedersen's nice.
Oh.
Early chance, another chance and save. Spills away.
Oh, and the goal. And we got everybody's in on it.
Well, Solberg wants a few words. The goalie has got a few to say himself. 28 is Lee Jong-kyung, and he's in the mix of it all.
Yes.
What they didn't get, Paul, was the puck over the line. 1:27 to go, Korea 3, Norway 2, and at the end of this game, I'm going to say something like, that game had everything. It pretty much has now.
Yeah, that was a nice blocker. Got a piece of the blocker there from Bakke. He's been the best Norwegian today. Nice little slip-off pass by Pedersen. Almost Norsaga had it, and nobody knows where it is. It's under, and there the Korean goalie was not happy with the little bit of a shiver there. That was my favorite part of the game, Alan, when we had a little ruckus.
I've just been watching Espen Hedge, the coach of the Norwegian team, and his arms are everywhere. It's like a Friday night out. His arms were everywhere, trying to dictate what was about to happen. 1:27, no goalie, 2 players in the box here, 1 for either side. Well, both numbers 20 as well, it would appear, so not quite sure that is correct. Correct that inside the venue in a moment, but that's certainly Martin Hamre. I thought it was it was number 28 that went in the box. It's not, it is Dong Shin Yang.
Yeah, it was the original penalty for Norway who stuck the goalie, and then I thought he was giving the goalie the penalty, the retaliatory, but it was the Korean player who stepped in to help his goalie and hit the player. You got the face-off down low. They're setting up a play right now.
The timeout clock is down to 15 seconds. You could potentially say this is one of the final throws of the dice here, if you like, for Norway. Instead of it being 6 on 5, it's now 5 on 4.
And they have moved the puck very nice in the last 30 seconds. Just not a lot of luck there when Norrstaga had the wide open cage, and nice win back by Pettersson. Too hard.
Well, they'll be bitterly disappointed that that puck has made its way into the neutral zone. Vanes does well. Allowed to go on, and this is a chance for Pettersson late on. Oh, what a save! What a remarkable save from Lee Jae-wong that keeps Korea in front, and this crowd has appreciated that with a round of applause from absolutely everyone, and another one from deep. Pettersson was the man you wanted in that situation, and it is a wonderful, wonderful low-down save to his right from Lee Jae-wong. You'd have been proud of that.
Oh my God, and that was, you know, that old school Pettersson, that's in 100 times out of 100. He goes right hand to left hand. Beautiful little play here by Barnes. Barnes loses it, he picks it back up, it gets through. Pettersson takes it from his left hand, and the goaltender just got a piece of it. That is a game saver.
Well, save of the tournament already is in potential Korean corner, but Vanes
got a chance here.
Got to get some space.
No.
Trying to be too intricate.
Too fancy.
38 seconds for those that are wondering. We won't get the return of either of the players in the penalty box. He would get that up from distance again. He was just hoping that he would spill that, and he didn't. In fact, he did really, really well. 25 seconds to go, and that one is going to go right round the ice. And I tell you what, Young is so quick. He's got there first. Will he just try and hold it, or will he try and get it into a goal-scoring position? Oh, he's fed it back nicely, and Pettersson will come away. 10 seconds. One last attack. They're going to come down this near side. Right wing. Can't find a drop back, and that will be it. Wow. You've got to say that, and this is why those players are going over to that goalie, because right at the end, forget all the goals in the game, that one moment defined it, because that prevented the tie.
And you know, sometimes in a critical part of the game, you judge the goalie on that critical save that takes you 2-3 days later, that people just see 3-2. They don't see the different parts of the game, Alan. That was a game saver, and that win could come back and haunt Norway and be great for Korea as we move on through the week. And remember, this is day one. You can't win the tournament on day one, but you can lose the tournament in day one. But that was a great game. It really was. It had a little of everything. There was a little sloppiness because of game one. There was some great play, nice goals, good hitting. Very impressed by both. I hope they gave the goaltender the player of the game.
Well, I think
they did. Is he going there? Take your mask off. Be happy with that. Oh, wow! I give that to the goalie.
Yeah, they gave it to Dong Shin, but
14 are the goalie who I'd give it to, but they didn't ask me. Absolutely. Backy had a great game.
Early strike as well, which gave us the platform for the game we've just called. And Aldrin Bakke, 2 shots, 2 goals. Couldn't have asked for a better individual game. He'd swap both those for a draw there, wouldn't he, at the end of that? The tie at 3 apiece to take it a little bit further. He would give you those back gladly to not have got defeat.
Dámy a pánové, prosím, povstaňte, zazní hymna České republiky.
The anthems of the winning side in each of the games get played here inside the venue. So, Paul, to recap, Korea 3, Norway 2. No goals in the final period, but plenty of effort and endeavour, and we were inches away on a couple of occasions. One across the top of the pipes, the other a wonderful right-hand save by Lee Jae-woong, and there's no wonder the 23-year-old's now in the net for Korea on a more permanent basis. Great save to keep his team 3-2 up.
That was a great stop. It was, you know, the third period might not have had any goals, but it had a lot of action, a lot of good power play, penalty killing, some good shots, and ultimately some big stops by the Norwegian goalie too. He came up with some big ones that would have given the Koreans a 2-goal lead, and ultimately the last one with seconds left off of an incredible player like Rolf Einar Pedersen to get your 2 points. And now it's looking like the way they've set it up with the new plan of Group A and Group B really looks smart, because we had a great game here, 3-2. We had a great game in the morning, even though it was 4-0, it was still a great game. And might have turned out a little different had it been game one been Korea and Sweden. It might have been 9-1.
That is the format, that's the new format, that's what they're doing, and I'm embracing it. I think it's great. We've had close game in Group B. Yeah, all right, it was 4-0 in the end, but I don't think that really tells the tale of the tape on that one. And here in Group A, what a way to start Group A, because I tell you what, it's not going to get any slower than that later on when Canada take on the United States of America. If anything, it'll get quicker, it'll get more hectic, and the goals, if they're allowed in by the netminders, will come. But today, it's all about Korea in Group A so far. They've set their stall out to make sure that they are the third best team, if not better. And you have to do that by beating the world ranked number 5, fourth in this group. And that was Norway. You only beat what's in front of you, and that is exactly what Korea have done. Let's take a look back at the highlights of the game. Bakker with a double. That was the second of the two of them, and you see the disappointment from the keeper on that one, Paul. He knows that one shouldn't have gone in. Yeah, that was a Bakker shot that he just threw it on net, and that has to be stopped. It was a simple play. This one here is one I think the Norwegian goalie's going to want back. He tipped over. It's one where if you just stand up, stay square to the puck, it's going to hit you. But he's learning. There's a lot of youngsters that are playing this game that they're making this game the great game it is. I will say, and I always do, that this game is one of the most incredible games you will ever go to. You love the NHL, it's great, European hockey, but if you watch a great para-ice hockey game, two incredible teams or well-matched teams, you're going to see determination, you're going to see dedication, hard work, and you're going to see players who are playing for the love of the game. So, of course, having just played their first game, Korea will lead the group. Next up, it's Canada versus the United States of America. Next for Norway, doesn't get any easier in this group. They will face Canada in their second game. So thank you very much for joining us for game number 1 of Group A here at the World Para Ice Hockey Championships 2019. Game 2 of Group B is coming up. So make sure you're with us at 3 o'clock local time. Goodbye.